Make sure you push, got it. For those who don't know me, my name is Mel Goodwin. I'm a mum. I'm a mum of 3 and we have a blended family. So I'm a stepmom of 4. So total 7, but don't worry, they don't all live with me. So gray, this is blonde, not gray, right? I'm not that old. So basically, I was one of the first to say yes to this incredible company nearly 4 years ago now. And I'm really excited to share with you not only the amazing Dani, the dietitian, but also just how far we've come in those, 3.5 years, just having that vision and knowing what the company was going to produce and how, their, I suppose, milestones and the thought processes for the future, and just now seeing that all come to fruition is super exciting. And I know, back in 2000 and I think it was about 2010, my health was really, really bad. I was stressed to the max. I was working corporate and also had a traditional business, mum of 3, wife, all the things. And as mums and dads, we often don't put ourselves first, right? And that starts with our health. So unfortunately, what happened then is I had a really bad health scare. And I know that if I had have known about these amazing products that Dani's going to talk about, and also our other products, I probably may not have had that massive health scare, because I would have been taking care of myself. So when we talk to you guys tonight, whoever's dragged you along to watch this presentation or wherever you're at, I really would love you to put you at the forefront of your mind and know that this is about putting you first, because it's not easy to do that. And as mamas and grandmas and dads and uncles, aunts, godparents, whatever, for baby mamas, whatever it is, it's being able to say yes to ourselves and being able to say, yes, we are going to put ourselves first. So that's why I'm super excited to share with you tonight the wisdom, the knowledge, the experience of the amazing Dani Catania. Now, I've known Dani for 10 years. Right? Because when I was in my breakdown of life, this industry actually found me. And Dani was one of the first individuals that I met, and because of her experience, and other dogs going crazy, and her knowledge, I just was so impressed by her and how she was truly helping people. And not only that she had the runs on the board. And literally, like, what I'm talking about, guys, is this lady was the dietitian for many, many Olympians and high athletes, or high performing athletes, right? So this lady knows her stuff. So everything she said 10 years ago, I was like, hanging off every word. And even 10 years later, I still am. It's a different company that we are in 10 years later, but boy, am I excited that she's here to share with us. So I'm going to turn the time over to the amazing Dani. I'm just going to share my screen here, guys, so that you can see Dani's presentation. But while I do that, Dan, if you just want to unmute so that I know that you can hear okay, and we've got you ready to go.
Hi, I'm here.
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. So guys, this is the beautiful Dani, the dietitian, affectionately known as Dani, the dietitian. She's a bronze ambassador here. Oops. I think that we don't want to go. No. Okay. I'm going to stop that. I don't know why that was automatic. She's a bronze ambassador here at Q Sciences. So that's the products you're going to be hearing about. She's also an author. She has just brought out her No SHIT cookbook. I won't say it. You can say it, Dani. No, she's cookbook. And she's an authority on health, performance, and ultimate wellness. She's trusted and recognized clinical and performance dietitian with over 16 years experience. So she's a mama, she's a wife, and just an absolute beautiful soul that helps everyone else. And I'm just so blessed to not only call her a business partner, but a beautiful friend. So Dani, I'm going to turn the time over to you. I'm just going to figure out why this slide deck is deciding to autoplay, and I'll come and we'll go from there. But I'll hand it over to you, beautiful lady.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mel. And thank you everyone for making the time tonight. And Mel, that was such a lovely introduction, but I feel like I've got big shoes to fill now tonight because, yeah, thank you so much. That was beautiful. And I also, I'm super grateful that you, and I'm going to say this in the most beautiful way, but pestered Amy to have a look, and then who then subsequently got them, across my desk, and here we are now. So I actually had a girlfriend of mine reach out, and she said, Dan, I'd love to see what you're doing, because I know how meticulously you scrutinize products, and that's exactly what I intended to do. When Amy sent me the products, I was ready to give her the critical analysis, but it really turned my head. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're really going to focus in, of course, we've got an incredible range of products here with Q Sciences, and I'll save the whole range for another night, because tonight I'm really excited about is what we've been able to have access to, and they're as brand new as they were released on Saturday. And so it takes a lot for me to get excited about something, and here's the reason why, especially in the weight loss space. So now, actually, Mel, before we jump into that slide, I'll just get you to go back, because I don't want people to read, because I really want to share something that's really important here. Thanks, mate. And the thing is that I have spent most of the last 16 years of working. I have done a lot in the sports nutrition space, but the reason why the No Shiz cookbook, will keep this G-rated, eventuated and came to be was because of this ongoing frustration and ongoing challenge that a lot of us face when we're trying to, or when we intend to reshape and transform our bodies. And the challenge is, like, I would love, guys, for those of you who aren't driving and who have access to a keyboard, I'd love you to drop a 1 in the comments if you can relate to any of this. So the fact that if you've ever tried to lose weight before and you feel like you've been spinning your wheels, or you feel like you are, maybe it's that you, are you right, Alia? Just had my 5-year-old crawl in the door. It's nothing like live. If you have ever experienced where you are, maybe this is where you are right now, if you're feeling stuck right now and you can't get beyond a certain point. So this is where I've spent most of my 16 years of really being able to help particularly women, but men as well, move through stubborn weight loss plateaus, or feeling like nothing that they're doing is working. And here's what should really happen. So over to the next slide, Mel. So what should happen, and this is what should happen in the ideal world, is that when we attempt to release body weight, it should be that the equation goes that if we eat better, so we reduce our calories. So for some of us, it's ditching the soft drinks. For some of us, it might be trimming back on some of the extras that we might be adding to food. For some of us, it might be resisting the cream donuts that your husband might bring home and get you addicted to. Whatever it might be, we want to be able to reduce our calories. And then when we move more and we start exercising, this is going to increase how many calories, chocolate, correct, Lisa, that we want to be able to create this deficit. So eat less, move more should result in losing weight, but it often doesn't. Why is this the case? So over the next slide, this is what actually happens. So when we actually do try and lose weight, what actually happens is basically no to little change. I've seen some people be able to shift it. I'm not going to swear on this particular, I've just decided I'm not going to keep it G-rated. But men have a much easier time when they decide to shift things. And women who have a spouse that has had this happen before, my heart goes out to you, because they just ditch the Coke or the the 7-Up or whatever it might be, and they lose like 20 kilos. Whereas with us, we'll eat meticulously, we'll eat really well, we'll be super conscious, we'll be moving our bodies every day, and we might move like 500 grams, and it's the most epically frustrating place. So I would love to know, drop a 1 in the comments if that is, or actually 2 in the comments if that is you, or you know someone who has been like that, where they're doing everything they can and it's such an epic struggle. So the reason why this happens, so many people, awesome guys, thank you so much for your participation. It makes me feel like I'm not just talking to a computer screen, and that's because our body goes into defense mode. So what happens is, especially for women, because we are the givers of life, right? We harbor life, we deliver life, right? That's our primary purpose, is that our main job is to preserve life and survive a famine. And that's why, so it's actually, women are actually way stronger than men at this. Men lose weight really, really quickly, and that is not a good survival technique. We have evolved to be, I'm gonna go on record here and say we are the stronger of the species, and we have survived, and we are stronger because we can conserve, and we can survive, right? We're survivors. And one of the challenges with this is, obviously we've survived many famines in the past, right, our ancestors, but now it's a real challenge because we're not in a famine. We've got a plentitude or a multitude of food options available to us, and yet we can't shift it. And one of the most recent findings was this concept that there is a set point. Drop me a 3 if you have heard of a set point before. So I'd love to know how many people have heard of this concept before. And while those answers, okay, there's a few of you, awesome, Adele, yep, Juhi, yep, of course, yep, fellow dietitian, yep, we know about the set point. So the set point theory is where, over to the next slide, Mel, would be amazing, is, think of it, the way I can explain it is, it's basically like, oh God, that's painful, I'm sorry, we have to do that. Our set point is basically like a fuelometer. Now, when you get in the car, right, you fill it up with petrol, the fuel tank's full, and off you go, right? Now, in our bodies, what should happen is that when we've got fat, we've got a little bit of fat that we've got in storage, that's healthy, it's how we're designed. But when we have, let's say, 10, 15, 20 kilos of additional fat, obviously we should have a really full fuel radar, right? But what often happens is that it's a faulty fuel gauge. So it's a bit like, imagine you have, like, in our bodies, we've got this massively full fuel tank, and yet our brain, or that fuel gauge, keeps responding as if it's running on empty, and it keeps driving us to eat more food. It keeps sending out signals to lower our metabolic rate so that we can do more with the less that we are consuming and the more that we are exercising out, right? So it gets really efficient, and damn annoying. So what we know about our set point is that the challenge that we're facing is that it's reset too high. So our body goes, it's like it doesn't see that there might be 10, 15, 20 kilos of fuel reserves that we can use. And so this is where, and things that affect our set point are things like fast food will do it. So it actually damages our brain so that it actually distorts this set point and it resets it higher. So it wants more of that, and it's acting like our fuel gauge is on empty. High calories, high carbohydrate, high fat, high salt will all reset this, our set point, so that it's higher. Now, over to the next slide. This is where it gets really exciting, because we have just recently learned that you can reset that set point lower by having a conversation with our microbiome. And it's our microbiome. Has anyone dropped me a 4 if you have heard of the brain that's in your gut? So the gut brain. Drop me a 4 if that's a familiar term to you. Okay. Quite a few people have said have heard of it. So what the gut brain is it is in constant communication with that fuel gauge, which is in our hypothalamus. It's a part of our brain that I'm sure you'll have heard of. And so what is happening is our microbes are constantly communicating, saying what type of fuel is coming in, how much fuel we can use. And this is where I get really excited about the Q-Trim Plus, because some of the ingredients that are included in the new formula, we did have a previous formula called Q-Trim, but they've gone back to the drawing board and are really tapping into some of the most cutting edge science that we know about how our microbiome communicates with our brain and with this set point theory. And so bottom line, if that made no sense at all to you, what we know is that when we take certain ingredients in this particular supplement called Q-Trim Plus, what we're doing is effectively resetting and lowering our set point. It's like it's reassuring our microbes. We've got plenty of fuel coming in. You're going to get fed. We're not in starvation mode. We're not in famine. Look at this. We've got 10, 15, 20 kilos that we can actually use for fuel to be able to harness better. And then combined in this supplement, there are some nutrients and some ingredients that really enhance fat utilization and metabolism. So it's a really, really clever supplement. The way to take it is we're looking at taking 3 in the morning and 2 in the around lunchtime. You can take it before, during, or with food or after food. It doesn't really matter around that time. And I'm really, really excited. Did I say Q-Trim? The Q-Trim Plus, is we really have, I'm really so excited about this. Where I think it's going to be the most effective is particularly for women who are feeling really stuck, like they're doing everything. They're eating really well, eating clean. Like let's say no one's a saint, right? But let's just say on average about 80% of the time, I'm a WOG, we're Maltese. We create more reasons to eat good food every day. And so for me, this is a really winning formula. And you might also be in a position where you are moving your body, you are training, and this is going to be, but if you're still going nowhere, this is going to be a really smart inclusion for you. So over to the next slide. The last thing that I want to say is that, or one of the last things, actually, second last thing, is that there is another supplement or another product that has been designed to enhance how Q-Trim Plus works. Or if you're looking, let me say that another way, if you are looking to move through, whether it's a stubborn weight loss plateau, or really assist your body in feeling better, in feeling like you have more energy, feeling like reducing that feeling of bloatedness, feeling just more comfortable in your own skin, then I'd highly encourage you to have a look at the Daily Detox tea that also just came out on Saturday. And so without going into the science of it, this formula has been put together to really support kidney, liver, and digestive health. And it's different to some supplements that you may have used in the past. This is actually a tea. It's a tea bag. You pop 2 in the kettle, you let it steep for 4 hours, and then you dilute it, you pop it in the fridge, and you get to drink that about 250 mils in the morning and in the evening. You can have it hot, you can have it cold, but it's already pre-made for you to make it really, really simple. It's a beautiful, really mild tea. And the reason why I recommend it, especially in conjunction with the Q-Trim Plus, is because a lot of the time, men and women alike, but I see this a lot because I do typically work with a lot of women, is that our processing systems are overloaded, right? With daily life stress, with whether it's, poor food choices, it's often the environmental pollutants that we are exposed to. This is a really lovely way of being able to help move things along, help with balancing particular hormone pathways as well by supporting better liver health, and help your engine be running smoother. So it's a little bit like, imagine putting, having like the the service on your car every day. This is what you're doing. And the Q-Trim Plus is really helping us reset that fuel gauge. So I hope that's all making sense. Then the last thing that I want to say is I was asked to put together a couple of packs that for people who are looking for different solutions of what products to start with and why. So a really great way to start is using the Q-Trim Plus and the Detox tea. So I encourage you, go back to the person who has invited you here tonight, or if you're watching the recording, and ask them how to access these products. The next, my better pack, if you like, depending on what your budget is, would be to incorporate both the Q Core, which is really going to address if you think you've got an underlying system potentially of inflammation, or if you know that your gut health needs a little bit of attention, or if you feel like your spark plugs could do with a little recharge, then I'd be saying the Q Core in addition to the Q-Trim Plus, along with the Detox tea. And I'd also be recommending a sleep spray, because often where I see a lot of weight loss plateaus stem from is by having, whether it's poor quality sleep or sleep that is hard to come by, or it's broken. So if we can correct the sleep, if we can correct the inflammatory kind of or systemic inflammation, and then we can address what's driving you to eat more, even though you're eating less and doing more, then that's going to be a really, really great system. And then if I had my way, and if I had my wish list, I'd also include, for the best pack, I'd also include the Rebuild Collagen, because what that's going to do is that's going to come in and help with actually rebuilding some tissues, particularly as we get on past the age of 30, we start to have tissues that are softening. And I'm going to keep it polite, but say, and ladies, I think you'll all know what I'm talking about, is things tend to move south from where they once were. And so the Rebuild Collagen is really about being able to create that suppleness and really help that shape, that transformation and shape change. So I know I could speak on this. You guys know I could speak on this for all night, but I'm not going to keep us here. I'm going to hand over to the beautiful Tanya, who's going to share a little bit more about what is on offer for us this month.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dani. That was incredible. I think I've got people just constantly shaking their head going, yeah, or nodding their head, saying yes to everything that you were saying. So this is going to be a game changer. So super exciting that we've just released this, which is exciting. Awesome. Well, I'm going to take the time to hand over to the amazing Tanya Casanovas now. Tanya has been in the business for 3.5 years. And she is a gold ambassador and someone that really, really knows the structure of what we are here at Q, I suppose, and really one of the biggest cheerleaders behind our core products and obviously these new products, but someone who has seen I suppose our Q-Fit community really grow and shape and mold into something that was, started as a small vision and now is just catapulted into something absolutely incredible. So Tanya is a bit of a product geek as well. So she's going to go into a little bit on how you can additionally support yourself with these products during your time of putting you first. So over to you, Tanya.
Hey, thanks, Mel. Oh my God, I love listening to Dani. She's just my chick, right? How much knowledge, and it's coming from the heart, and she's seeing these things for real, right? She's not just talking about it. So I want to talk about something that's very new. It's the next sort of step with the My Q Fit, which is an amazing community we have within Q Sciences. So it's called 30 Core, or Core 30. Now, not only have we got these amazing new products, and that's great, we can sort of bundle you up and you can take Dani's suggestions, but sometimes it takes a bit of commitment and a bit of community support to get you using things consistently so we can put yourself first. So I'll get you to go to the next slide, Mel. So we've got a new program, and we've got a great way of supporting anyone that wants to, I suppose, level up in themselves. So with the new 30-day core program, it is about focusing for 30 days. It's about giving you support. It's about making the results sustainable, and a bit of accountability. So it's all about balancing those hormones that Dani said, improving sleep. She gave you some suggestions for that, and bettering the gut. So that whole brain gut access that she was speaking about, and about creating and regulating our biome. So what can you expect from this program? So it's not so much, okay, here's a specific thing for you to do. It's about having products and having a community support where you have got an app, which we're going to show you in a minute, that you can track everything that you do, your meal planning, your workouts, your commitment, your hydration, your supplementation, your mindset, access to a personal trainer, access to workouts, right from yoga to Pilates to gym to home gym sessions, to dance routines. I'll get you to go to the next slide, Mel. I love it how she's moving the little needle along, right? So how do you get in and be part of this amazing new program with Q Sciences and the MyQFit app? Okay, so all you need to do to join, to be part of this community and program, is either purchase the Q Core, which is one of the products that we have. It's our best-selling product. It's our micronutrient clinical grade supplementation. You could add on, what I would suggest is making it into one of those best or better packs that Dani spoke about, or you may want to sort of just add the detox tea, or you may want to add the Q trim. So you can bundle up the pack to your budget. But what happens is we will get you to register, and I think I've got a slide on here to show you how to register for that. But what that does, it puts you into an accountability group, which starts every Monday US, which will be Tuesday for us, for the 30 days. So you've got accountability partners, you've got mindset training, you've got tips and tricks on how to get your best out of those 30 days on the products. Now, part of that is having access to the MyQFit app, okay? Now, at the moment, we actually have the ability for you to get that with the Q30 program. So if you go to the if you've ordered Q Core, if you're going to make an order and your Q Core is in that order, you can go and register yourself on the MyQFit app. If you go up the top, you'll see Core 30. You go and put your name, your last name, your email, and the order number that contains the Q Core, right? And that way you're going to get access to the next intake of the Core 30 program. I'll just get you to go to the next slide, Mel. This app is phenomenal. We've seen amazing results from people. So here's just some results that have happened. And we know these people personally, so it's been amazing to see. I also just came back from the US this morning. Mel's dogs are having a fight. Just got back from the US this morning, and one of our corporate team, I saw her in Mexico. We holidayed in Mexico together. And then when I saw her last week, the transformation that she has made in a short couple of months by using the products, the MyQFit app, and just some determination blew me away, because I hadn't seen her in that time. So we have got results before and after, and we've got some amazing testimonials, which I think are on the next page. You can access all these pictures and testimonials on the myqfit.com page if you want to check it out first before you go any further. But this is all about, we've got amazing products, but sometimes we all need, because we've got busy lives, is we need that community support. We need some tracking, we need some accountability, and we don't forget that. We actually put that all in a package for you to get the best out of yourself. So that's all I've got to say. This is an amazing program that you guys could even go and trial the MyQFit app for 10 days. So what I suggest, if you want a 10-day trial of the MyQFit app to check it all out, get back to the person who has put you on this call. They can take your email and they can register you so you get the email.
Awesome. Is that
Boom.
it? Boom. I was like, I just spotlighted you, right?
No, you freaked me out. It's jet lag.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. Please get back to the person who invited you this evening or sent you this recording, and find out how these incredible products and our Core 30 platform, our QFit platform, can absolutely transform your life. Thank you again for your time, and we look forward to seeing your transformation very, very soon. Talk soon, guys. Bye.